How's it going, everybody? Anthony's Homemade Love and Great Recipes here. Y'all gotta excuse the fact I ain't got no shirt on. It's like down there 80 degrees, and also I got a challenge going for May. Okay, it's called Melt Away May, I do believe. And you see, since I'm doing all this cooking here lately, I'm gaining a little bit of weight. You know, I've got a little bit of belly, and my pecs are kind of sagging a little bit. So but that doesn't mean there's not muscle or anything underneath it. I'm just gaining a little bit of weight. And besides that, everybody being on quarantine, yeah, you don't get out very much. You don't get to go do very much, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my HempWorks 369 sprays, which is for weight loss. And it's to help you melt away the weight. Like, you can still eat whatever and just go on. I've heard magnificent reviews about it. What's up, Steven? And so what I'm going to do is I just want to shed a few pounds. So come May 1st, well, May 1st is Friday. As soon as my order gets in, dang it, then I'll be able to start the challenge. And what I'm going to do is I got to set up once a week. I'm going to go, no, because I've been doing it about 2-3 times a week. At least trying to do them 2 or 3 times a week. So 2 or 3 times a week, probably Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to take my spray live. I'm going to let everybody know what I'm doing. I'm going to let everybody know what's going on. I'm going to make some type of recipe like I usually do. And I'm going to see just how much weight I can lose in the month of May. I really don't need to lose the weight, but I want to trim up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I got some love handles. Like, they're getting thick. Look, I'm for real. So tonight, and this recipe ain't helping out very much, let me tell you. Okay? So I got, I'm going to do scalloped potatoes tonight. And it's a from scratch recipe. So I'm just going to wing it. And then I'm going to try and do stuffed chicken. I don't know if I'm supposed to, I didn't look up a recipe for stuffed chicken. I'm just going to throw it together and see what I think about it. But first off, what we got to do is we got to peel our potatoes. So I just thought I'd come on here, you know, and I talk to you guys while I'm peeling potatoes. I kind of got to where I love to do this bake show, and I'm trying to show people a different way of doing things, you know what I'm saying? So, a funny story, okay? Well, I guess, I don't know if it's funny. Well, what was I going to say? I just lost what I was going to say. That is awesome. So, yes, what I'm doing is I'm peeling the potatoes into the bowl. And then I'm going to empty the bowl out, rinse it out, because this bowl is going to go to make the rest of our scalloped potatoes. How's it going, Sherry? This potato peeler is so cool. I love it. And it just, you know, I had some utensils just pop out of nowhere. Like, I don't know where they came from. It was actually kind of cool. So I had a move job this morning. It was supposed to be at 10, but I didn't get to start it until like 12 because I had to wait for somebody to come from another town to help me with the job. Because the guy that was going to help me with the job, his car broke down on the way to me. So I was stressing for about the first 3 hours of the day today. But we got the move job done, and we almost went to Ohio. The lady's moving to Ohio, and we told her, you know, we'll make you a deal. We'll go to Ohio, unload it for you after we load it up, drive truck there, drive truck back. You know, do what we usually do with move jobs. Because, you know, once I'm hired to do a move job, then you can not worry about having to move. If you got things left to be packed, I'm going to pack them. If you want it organized and labeled and everything, I'm going to do it. Just because when you hire me, you're hiring me for a service, and I'm trying to be the best at that service. You know what I'm saying? Right now, my U-Haul has a 4.5 out of 5 star rating. Everybody loves me. that comes in for a U-Haul. I try to be funny. You know, I try to make everything a little bit easier for people, you know, because moving is stressful. It can be stressful. But if you get somebody like me that knows how to do things and will make sure that your walls don't get banged up and scarred up and your furniture won't get scarred up and things, that makes it even better. Because you know, when I first started out moving, just to let you know, when I first started out moving, you know, I had to get used to lugging things around. So so when it came down to it, sometimes I would bump a wall, or I would bump something, and there'd be a nick on the furniture or something, or paint or something. So, but with everything, a little bit of time and a little bit of persistence, and you can be a pro at anything, everything. It just takes a little telling yourself, I can do this. I'm ready to learn whatever it is. This has to throw at me today. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at things nowadays. Nowadays. Yeah, I'm talking like country boy again. So, what I wanted to do, there was the story I was going to say. What I wanted to do was yesterday, I was going to come on here and I was going to do something. But I left work and I left my phone at work. I walked to and from work, so no, I was not walking 2.5 miles just to get my phone. And what I learned about that is I am pretty addicted to my phone. Like, it's kind of sad. So maybe from now on, once a week or so, I am probably just going to turn my phone off for at least 12 hours. You know, once I get home from work, once I get everything done, 12 hours. Shut the phone off. Just because when I was younger, we didn't have cell phones, you know. We didn't have tablets and that type of stuff. And now that I'm older, I see what these cell phones are doing to people. Not just kids, but people. To everybody. I mean, everybody is somewhat dependent on their phone. Hi guys, how you doing tonight? Excuse the no shirt, it's kind of hot, and it's getting to be summertime, and I really don't wear a shirt in the summertime. That's just me. Never have, never will. I get in trouble for going into gas stations. I get in trouble for going into grocery stores, department stores. It doesn't matter. So now that the potatoes, we need to cut them in 1/4-inch slices. Okay. Once I get all these cut up, I hope this is enough. I found one recipe said 4, one recipe said 12. Well, I got 4, so we're going to try the 4. And like I said, cut it down into 1/4 slices. After I get it all cut down into 1/4 slices, I will, and then you cut your onion into rings, because what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate the onion and the potatoes. You know, you're going to put a slice of potato, a slice of onion, a slice of potato, a slice of onion. But the first thing I have to do is 3 tablespoons of butter. So, and that goes directly into the pan. No, that's wrong. What I need to do is, well, this will work, maybe. I got my oven preheating at 400. So we're going to have to coat the bottom of this pan with butter. And actually we're going to double wash our hands, because I'm just going to use my fingers. It's much easier. I ain't got to worry about it. I know I'll get it. I won't waste as much butter if I use my fingers. So, clean the hands. And I like to feel the butter. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's really hot. So I've had the chicken in the water, because it was in the freezer. So, you know, you got to thaw chicken. I had it in the freezer. I put it in the water for, I put it in cold water for, I don't know, it took like 2 hours, okay? It's ready to go. It's bone. I thought it was boneless, but it's not boneless. Oh wow! How did that get hot? Huh? That's odd. No, it wouldn't, because the heat's got to escape somewhere, huh? Okay. Ooh, that is really hot. All right. So then, we're gonna take a potato. We're gonna line it up. Well, we're gonna put it in there, and then we're gonna take an onion ring. And put it on there, and take a potato and an onion ring. Oh, back to my funny story. So, yeah, I left my phone at work last night. I was not happy about it, and I don't think they thought this recipe through very well, because it is not working out really. Like, maybe I should just lay them down and put the onions over them. I think we're going to do that. I like that, but not really. Okay, so then we'll take this, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So what we got to do after we get the potatoes and onions in here is we're going to use butter. We're going to put it in a pan to melt, and then we're going to use flour, and we're going to stir it up. Make sure it's well incorporated, and then we're going to add cheese to it, and we're going to stir it continuously until it comes to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we'll put we will put a lid on, maybe for a little bit, and let it simmer. Oh my goodness. So, this is kind of weird. But it's going together finally, you know. I'll show you guys what it looks like once I get all of them in. I need some ideas on the chicken though. I'm like kind of nervous because I don't know if what I was going to try and do was I was just going to try and do the stuffing, you know, stuff the chicken with the stuffing, and then put it in the oven to bake. I was figuring I gotta cut me a decent sized hole in the chicken to stuff it. But then if I put like water inside the hole with the stuffing, then maybe it'll all bake up together. Is hopefully what's going to happen. Because that's my plan. Now, whether it happens or not is neither here nor there. We're trying something different for once. Okay, so now this might be just enough potatoes. The other recipe called for you to boil them first, and then halve them, and then put them in the casserole pan. But I don't know. I like scalloped potatoes. I always have. Or some people call them cheesy potatoes. Well, cheesy potatoes are different. I can't say that they're the same thing. So, because you can make just potatoes with cheese. And we can do that one night too. This recipe right here, I thought it would go good with the stuffed chicken. And like I said, I'm a little nervous about the stuffed chicken, but it'll be okay. I've gotten nervous about some of my recipes already, and they've turned out magnificent. So I got between this time and Easter, I have 6 new subscribers on YouTube. Now what happened last year with YouTube was I started it, back in December of 2018, I started my YouTube channel, and right from the get-go, I got like 50 subscribers. And then for a whole year, I stayed at 50. You know, I was uploading videos, but I stayed at 50 subscribers. And there's things you can do online, like you can go you can search it on YouTube, how to do YouTube videos or whatever, and it'll show you different ways and try and send you to places to pay for things. Me, I do it all for nothing. I'm not paying nothing, at least not right now. Once my channel starts to make money, because it'll make money, I have to have 1,000 subscribers, and I have to have 4,000 view hours of my channel. And that is anybody. Anybody can make money from YouTube. A lot of people are doing it, you know. My daughters do. One of my daughters does it. Kylie's getting into it. She likes it. And she's young, you know what I'm saying? So probably by the time that she's in her upper age, you know, adult age, then that's probably when she's going to be really making money from it. Because she's a character, let me tell you. I love her to death. And her little attitude, just like me. Maybe that's why we get along together so well. What's crazy is, you know, she was born in August. 8/28 of 08. She was my last daughter. Zoe was my first daughter. Emily was my second daughter. Jessie was my third daughter. They're all growing up so fast. I look back at my childhood and I think about it, and I'm like, wow, is this really is this how I was looked at and things? You know, it brings tears to my eyes that they're getting so big so fast. Because they're not my baby girls no more. They're always going to be my baby girl, but they're not babies no more. They're getting to be adults, you know, and soon enough they'll all be adults. Zoe's got 2 years before she'll be classified as an adult. And let me tell you, she is a smart little girl. She really is. And so is Jessie. All four of them are smart. It amazes me how smart they are, you know. The way that the world has become since, you know, I was young. It is completely different. You know, back when I was a kid, the first video game console that you had in your home came out. And now they got 4 or 5 different ones, you know. It's always something different. So what I think we're going to have to do is we're kind of running out of room. And I got one more tater to put in there. So, well, maybe we're going to have to figure it out, bro. Because you can't just leave taters out. It just can't happen like that. Okay, so I used my onion in there. So I got my onion in there. I'm just going to place these kind of along the top. And then we'll set this aside and we'll get to the sauce, is what I'm calling it. Now, it may not be a sauce, but that's what I'm calling it. Because, you know, it's going in a saucepan. It's going to be a cream by the time it goes into the dish. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place these along the top. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. And then we'll get to the other part of the recipe. So I guess this is basically going to be a 3-part recipe. So I'm probably going to be on here for like an hour or so. And I understand that people don't want to sit and watch me for an hour. Maybe I'll get a bunch of different views. You know, when I did my live on Easter, that one ended up with 1,500 views. Now, I did the strawberry shortcakes the other day, and it was up to 1,000 views by the next morning. And that, I was so proud of myself and so grateful to have so many people go watch it. But I got about, I would say, 20 groups that I share everything in. That actually let me share my videos. Because in the beginning, not all of them would let me share my videos. Like all the groups that I got in, they all were talking about, or they'd all block me, or I'd be put in Facebook jail. Which Facebook jail is a whole nother category, let me tell you. Okay, so oh crap. Sorry about that. My bad. Oh my goodness. I don't know, but this will have to work. This one will work. Okay, so I said 3 tablespoons, didn't I? Because this is not a tablespoon. 3 tablespoons. This is a tablespoon. So So we need 3 tablespoons of butter. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to turn this on medium just to get it to where it's boiling. And so 3 tablespoons of butter. And then it says the oven's preheating. Medium saucepan, melt butter over medium heat. Now we need to get the flour ready. We got the butter, we're done with the butter for now. Flour is right here. Okay, now we're going to mix this in with the butter once the butter melts. So the reason I got the wooden spoon was so I could stir this while it's melting. You know what I'm saying? And it's not scraping like it would be if it was a metal spoon. Right? Right. Yeah, something like that. So that's okay. And then melt butter over medium heat. Mix in the flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I really do need to find them. They gotta be here somewhere. I found them. Awesome. Okay, so like I said, I'm melting the butter. And then we're going to add flour. 3 tablespoons of flour. Okay, that's one reason I had to get this. 1, 2, 3. And that is all-purpose flour, not cake flour. There is a difference, and I'm learning that too. And I know how to make cake flour now. It's really not that hard. And then I need to mix in the salt with this. Because then we're going to mix in the milk. But we got to get all this broke down. And I'm thinking we might need a little bit more butter. Because I don't like... What do you think? If anybody's on here still, what do you think? Think I should put some more butter in it? Maybe so. I don't know. I'm going to try it. Maybe turn it down to medium, kind of medium-low. So it's not as hot. 1 more tablespoon. Okay. I'll mix all that together, melt that down. Okay. So then we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I just bought. That's 1/4. That's 1/2. Just bought a thing of salt. Nope, that's the kosher salt. There's the regular salt. Yeah, I even, you know, I going and getting stuff for my recipes. I pick up certain things, you know, like I picked up kosher salt, just because it calls for it in recipes. Okay. Now we got all that mixed together. So on the back, now we're going to add in whisk. Oh, I'm supposed to be using the whisk. There's a difference. Should have paid attention. So it's got to be a little loud. I'm sorry. I'm getting ready to add the milk. And it calls for 2 cups, I do believe, of milk. Milk is 2 cups. So 1/4 cup. That's a 1/3. There's a 1/4. I really do need to get me measuring cups that match. 1, 2. don't know, people. Three, 4. Dang, I need 4 more. That's a lot of milk. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let me try this. Huh. That was a pretty good idea. I like that idea. I'm going to have to use it from now on, but how'd you get bent? There we go. The quicker way to whisk. Love it. Somebody told me to do this the other day. Remember I showed you when I was whipping up that heavy cream? Yeah. She said, twist my hands together, it'll go easier. So, then we add our cheese all at once. So the cheese is going to be 1.5 cup of cheese. So 1.5 will be 6. 6/4. 1. I'm glad I got the fine shred, you know. It probably wouldn't be this easy to do if I got the big shred. 2. And like I said, we're going to bring it to a boil. Or actually, we're going to let it heat up. It doesn't actually say to a boil, I'm pretty sure. 3. 4. 5. 6. Okay. Now we're going to whisk it all together. Let it all melt. We're supposed to do this for like 30 to 60 seconds now to make sure it's all melted. Wow, this is all messed up, huh? Okay, let me go ahead. Oh, don't want to mess it up all the way. Okay. Cool. Sorry about the way the camera was, y'all. So like I said, 30 to 60 seconds. If you count in your head. You can count out loud too, it don't matter. I'm just not going to count out loud for y'all. And then once we do this, we will add it into our, why does it just seem like that's a lot of milk? Maybe it'll burn, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll be alright. And I really didn't think about the fact of doing 2 dishes in the oven. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the one because I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to cook the chicken at 400. So I'm going to do this dish right here. Well, I need to let it melt somewhere. It's not all melted. Okay. But once it's all melted down, we're going to empty it into our potatoes. Oh yeah, so I was going to show you guys what it looked like. Give me just a second on that though. Because, okay, so now we're going to pour it in. And then I'm going to add cheese to it. Just because I want to add cheese. Because I like my potatoes cheesy. So that's done. Ooh. Smells pretty good already. just going to go ahead and I'm going to cover the potatoes with cheese. So I guess they are a cheesy scalloped potato. You know, I really thought about adding some sour cream to them just to see how that tasted. And it might end up being pretty good, but that's for another time. We'll do it another time. Okay, so I'm going to show, this is what my dish looks like before it goes in the oven. Set it here. So this is what we got going on before it goes in the oven. Now I'm going to put it in the oven that I've preheated. To 400. And we are going to cook it for an hour and a half. Okay, there's that. Now, six. Okay. Nope. That didn't work either. Alright, so I got to start the microwave just because I got to do the phone. But that's going to have to be in a minute since I'm on the phone. Now we're going to worry about trying to figure out our stuffed chicken. And I didn't think of the fact that I just used my casserole dish for my scalloped potatoes. So I don't know if I'm going to cook all these either. Can't refreeze them either. Okay, so let's do this again just because I'm dealing with chicken. Okay. Paper towels. Yep. Now, we're going to take our chicken, and we're just basically what I'm probably going to do is going to be baked chicken. Okay. I might go ahead and cut it open to see if I can maybe stuff. I don't know how that's going to work though. I don't know if I got to do it before I just don't know. And I really don't have, I don't know. I'm cooking a lot of chicken. If you want to come over for a chicken dinner, come on over. Because I'm going to have plenty. I'm just going to cook it all. I guess I could just put it in the fridge or put it in a Tupperware for a couple days. And we'll just, we'll figure out something. Okay. And actually what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and throw it in there with the casserole. I'll put it down on the bottom and we'll check it in like 45 minutes. So I was going to do stuffed, but I don't know, I got to look into that recipe a little better. But I did do scalloped potatoes. So homemade scalloped potatoes. We got an hour and a half and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Thanks for showing up. I love you. If you stop by on YouTube, drop me a like. Leave me a comment. Hit the subscribe and maybe even the bell. I appreciate y'all. God bless you. See you later.